Just waiting for 6 o'clock. Today I will be interviewing an artist, I believe from Houston, I think. Don't don't get me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's where he's from. But he's a Texas artist, and he goes by the name B Music. So he will be tapping in in a minute. Hello, Mr. Douglas Richardson. Thanks for joining us. Can you hear me? I guess Douglas is staying quiet. But guys, make sure y'all check out the interview once we're done. And we got 1 minute to go. Douglas, why is you're always laughing? You're such a character. Let me see. P. Seg S is sent over. Oh, sparkly. Yes. And don't be hating on my wine, Douglas. Which you don't call wine, but okay. I'm thirsty. All right. Douglas Richardson, in case nobody knows who Douglas is, Douglas Doughboy is my artist, and he's a Dallas artist. And as well, he's a character. Oh my. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. Your voice is not matching the movement. Douglas, if you don't have nothing nice to say, please get out the live. Jeez. I don't know why it's not sending my invite. And Linko, am I saying your name right? I need to interview you soon as well. So let's set something up. Oh, it was your Android. We understand, Douglas. Sometimes you gotta update to an iPhone. You went and got your iPhone. Okay. So, see what's going on. It's not that. Let me see what's going on because it's not letting me send you the request. Let me come out and see. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay. And there you go. Come on. Let's see if it works. Hey.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? I don't know what was happening. I kept sending you a request and it kept like rejecting it for some reason.
Oh shit! I know I didn't see nothing pop up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's probably, technical problem.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So today we have Beat Music. He's an artist, and you're from Houston, or was I saying that wrong?
Yeah. I'm from Pasadena. From Pasadena, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
All
close
right.
by Houston.
How far are y'all?
Like probably like not even 10 minutes, probably.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you again for
Yeah.
letting me interview you. I am your host, Marylee, the Mexican Barbie from Southern Vibe Radio. And do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name is B Music. What's up? I would just said straight from Pasadena, Texas. Producer, artist, songwriter. What's up?
Already. So I had a question. How did you come up with your name? Is that a name you were already going with, or is that your artist name?
Nah, that was meant to be like a production name. Like
Okay.
I saw since I produce and I also rap, that was supposed to be like my producer tag or whatever. But as I kept asking people about it, just trying to get a name, you know what I mean? Everybody was like, nah, stick with it. I had a few other names, but they didn't really stick, you know what I mean? I wasn't really feeling them, and everybody was like, um, was pretty much like, man, you should stick with that name, be music. It sounds better, So it's just, it went from being like a production thing, like for a tag, to like actually just sticking with it, you know what I
Okay. All right. So my other question for you is, what made you get in the music industry?
mean? I started off just, like everybody else, just as a fan. I'm a fan of rap, fan of this culture, everything that has to do with rap music, you know what I mean? I've been jamming it for, man, shit, since early teens, And man, I just when I came across some of my homeboys that have been doing music before me, my boys Sim Perez, JP, and my brother Dren, man, my boy Dren, we from the same area. When I met them, they had been doing music for some years already, you know what I mean? And just seeing they process, seeing them like record, they the first people that I seen in the studio with like studio equipment working and producing, and I just they kind of when I would bring it up to their attention, they just, man, they never, kind of they kept pushing me like, what, you should try it. So I went to go ahead and I did that. You know what I mean? I had my first session with them with my boy JP, and I just been learning as I go. They're still with me. We're still, in the same team, shooting videos and everything, production. My boy Sin and JP both produce and they rap. So any tricks that they've learned throughout the time, they done passed it on, to me, and just show me a bunch of just game and shit, as far as what they've learned, been
Hmm.
that they've been doing music longer than I have.
So
So
how long
yeah,
have you been doing music?
I was 15 when I started,
Okay.
just messing around with it, and then I got serious with it it's been some years now that I've been, pretty serious, where we trying to learn like the business side, copyright, and everything, you know what I'm saying?
All
But yeah,
right.
it's been some time now.
Alrighty. So I was seeing that you just performed for a virtual. It was a virtual concert, right? The
Yeah.
Hustle Town Network, I believe.
Yeah. They just had something not too long ago. It was like a contest they had going on, and I was able to be a part of that. So yeah, I mean that shit was tight.
So since you've been in the music industry, have you done any other performance versus that virtual, or was that your first time on stage?
Nah, that was my first one. That was my first one doing the virtual like that. I've
Okay.
done other performances live and things like that, on stage, but this one doing the virtual. I was part of this guy named Jay Vass. He hosted this battle thing, and it was because we weren't able to be all in the same place because it took place. This happened last year around
Okay.
the time when this was barely happening, the whole virus and everything, the pandemic. So we did the contest just in our own spot, in our own space. So everything was just broadcasted through like, live and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the way we're doing it right now. But everything was pre-recorded. We did everything ourselves, and then we would send it. Besides that, just them both of them times are the only ones, that I've been part of something virtual like that.
Oh, okay. Also, I seen that you just wrapped an interview with the lovely Royal Ashley. So, how was that your first interview, or you already had interviews before?
That was my first interview with her, and that was my first interview this year. I want
Okay.
to send a shout out to her. She, she put me down. She helped me out. Putting the interview together on the platform. Um, it was something I seen her work. Throughout. I've known about her for some time now, and I seen that she's serious about her business, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that was like I had reached out a little bit before the end of the year, and it just I told her that that was like a platform that I wanted to be on. I wanted to start the interview the year off with a interview, a good interview, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like she was like a good choice. So you know, we just kind of linked up and put it together, and you know what I'm saying? It was we had it at this legendary studio. And so you know what I'm saying? It was man, it was it was a badass experience, you know what I'm saying, being in there just in that studio with all that history in it. And
Yes.
it was dope.
Yeah, I looked amazing, and then she's very gorgeous. I love her. Her and her boyfriend, I think. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
amazing people and stuff. They're always showing love and support, and we do the same back to them. I
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
meet
yeah.
her
Shout out to
once here
them.
in Dallas, and it was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
dope. She had came over here. I think she was hosting for Pimp C's clothing line.
Oh, okay. I
She
think
was
what
the
his
host.
son, yeah, I think their
Yes.
son his son is in charge of that shit, huh?
Yeah, but she was over here in
Yeah.
Dallas and she was hosting it at DTRL, and that's when I actually got to know about her, and I love what she does. So shout out to Ashley.
Yeah, shout out to her. We found out whenever I first we first came across her was through a SPM whenever SPM dropped one of his albums, like I think in 2018 called
Mhm.
44 or 48, I can't remember. But at the Dope House, and man, it was packed. It was packed, and she was one of the people that was doing interviews and you know stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I found out about everything she had going on, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, you know what? She's serious about her business, so you know that would be a good interview, I think, and it was. You know what I'm saying? It was. So
Mhm.
yeah, shout out to her.
Alrighty. So I also saw that in 2014, I know you've been mentioning Sim Perez. So I was
Yeah,
seeing that you and him worked together to help the city of Houston get this Genius World Record plaque for the longest song ever recorded.
the
And
Guinness for the
yes.
Guinness World Record plaque. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
hell
how
yeah.
was that experience for you?
Man, that was badass actually. One of our homeboys named So Loco, shout out to Loco. He actually he told him about it first, and then Sam brought it to my attention that they had something going on at that studio. And that was our first time being in that studio. And man, it was packed too. You know, we went up there. I think he told me on a Friday night. When usually we'll have our sessions on Friday night at his crib, and then he's like, man, we gotta write something. He had downloaded the beat and everything. He's like, you're down or what? I'm like, shit, let's do it. And we wrote it the night, literally the night before, and then we went the next day, and we showed up, me, him, and his brother, my boy JP. And man, it was hot. It was hot as fuck that day, but it was cool, man. It really was. They had like a brewery right there, and I mean, it was cool, man. You know, just networking with different artists. And at that day, we met one of our homeboys. He has a clothing line, Mister. Man, I forget the name. My fault, man. I forget what his clothing line. But man, we met him, and it caught his attention that we were the only people, the only guys that were wearing our own clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we already had started printing out our shirts, and everything. So we linked up, and we actually shot. My boy JP directed a short film for his clothing line. It's called The
Okay.
Blueprint. The Blueprint.
Okay.
That's the name of that actual shirt, and it's on YouTube. The short film. We was able to be a part of that. My homeboy Sin wrote some music for that short film, and man, it was really badass. It was cool shit. We was able to. We found out that we actually did break the record for the longest song, and man, we went and took pictures with the plaque and everything, and that shit was badass. It
So how
really was
long was
cool.
this song?
It ended up being like almost 5 hours.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it ended up being like almost 5 hours long, and man, our verse, like you know, we had to fight to find our verses or whatever. They were like right next to each other, but man, they were like, you know what I'm saying? It was a long ass song, but yeah, it was cool.
And what was the name of the song? I was trying to look that info up, but I couldn't find it. I'm just gonna ask you
Man,
whenever.
yeah, I forget. I haven't looked it up in a while, but I remember I had found on their page they had it for the longest. You know, they had the whole song, and they also had like if you just wanted to go and listen to your verse, they had that up there.
Oh, okay.
They had that up there posted. But man, it had been a while. I remember not too long ago I wanted to listen to it, And man, it's kind of you gotta dig and dig to come across it. But I think it should be on YouTube actually. They have their
Oh,
own YouTube page, and it probably should be up there. It's just been a while. It's been a while since I try to look for it.
and then I was gonna ask you another question. Did I know y'all won a trophy, but did they actually pay y'all, or was it not like a paying
Nah,
for?
that was your own. That was like a thing that the studio had going on. That was all like whoever wanted to be a part of it. We didn't
Oh,
get no money. We didn't get no money from it. But I mean, the experience and with the just the fact that we were able to meet up with this one with the guy. You know what I'm saying? That I'm telling you, homeboy. Um, he had his clothing line, and we just other projects came from that day. You know what I'm saying? From that experience. So it was cool. And then after that, we just fell in love with the way they worked in the engineers and everything. So we kept going back, and to this day, we record in that studio, Baron Studios.
okay. So now
Yeah,
I was gonna talk about your album, Something Gotta Give.
yeah, yeah.
I actually love the cover. I thought it was a dope cover, and
Appreciate that.
also listen to your tracks. I mean, you had some fire tracks in there. What is the thing you love most about that album?
I like the fact that just everything, like the cover, I basically put it together in the last year around the like summertime when the pandemic was like really, they really had us locked down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some songs I already had, but there are others that I produced them, and I wrote them. Just being locked down, being in here, focused in my spot in my studio, and just everything that was going on around that time was just crazy. All that police brutality and everything, and the pandemic, and I just feel like I wanted to capture everything that was going on at that time. It's not a full album; it's an EP,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to have something. Um, I just wanted to put music out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to. Early on in the year, I was supposed to have a show out there in Austin for South by Southwest, and they ended up getting canceled. Everything was already booked, and they canceled everything because of the pandemic. I had interviews. Like I had done like it was like barely 2 months, and I had done a few interviews. I had that show coming up. I was putting out singles, and then just everything just froze. You know what I'm saying? When this happened, but I didn't want to just sit there and not put nothing out. Like man, I still got. We can't. I don't want to feel trapped. I want to still be focused. I don't want to let this shit stop me. Somehow, we got to keep working. And man, I did. And that's something that I put together like a short EP just to put out music, something good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And already answered the question because I was gonna ask you this question, but you brought it up in the beginning. So I saw that you're not
Yeah.
just an artist, but you produce as well. Did you all started it at the same time, the music and the producing, or you had did the artist first and then you decided to produce?
It was around the same time because, like I was saying, uh, me watching my homeboys record, rap, and produce, I was kind of like, man, I want to try that. But when I would sit there and trying to watch them work and see what they would do, it was just confusing. The program was like, man, it was I don't know. I was like, man, I'm not gonna get this. But then finally, I actually, sat down and downloaded like a demo, and I would spend hours on that thing, hours and days just sitting there learning it and trying to mess with it, and so I guess I kind of picked up production a little bit later.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it was around the same time, kind of in a way, what I'm saying? It didn't take. It's not like I went years rapping first and then producing, but I did pick up production a little bit later after, I decided to start rapping.
What's the longest that you've been in a studio recording?
Man, time wise,
Yeah.
8 hours. I don't book sessions for 8 hours. Um, so that's like damn near a whole fucking, a day, like a regular work day. You know what I'm saying? 8 hours. Music wise, I done sat in the studio with my homeboy Sin, um, and I done recorded about 10 songs, about 10 to 12, around there songs in one night. And they were for a mixtape that I was gonna drop a couple years back, called Music, Respect, and Loyalty. And so, in the mixtapes, there's some full songs and some verses with a hook. Just the structure of the mixtapes is different than full album.
Mhm.
Um, but so that's the way it was, you know what I'm saying? But it was like about 10 to 12 different recordings, you know what I mean? So music wise, yeah, I done recorded about like 10 songs in one night. And time wise, I done booked 8 hours. Um, we take a break like after 4 hours and then we'll come back and work, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's like the longest.
Since you produce, do you produce your own music or do you allow to network with other producers?
Um, I like producing my own stuff, but the only other producer that I work with is my homeboy Sin or JP.
Okay.
I'm open to working with anybody. I like working with different artists because you just never know the kind of what I might learn from anybody else. I don't want to I don't like what I'm saying being like all like I'm some cocky dude that don't like working with no other artists. Nah, what I'm saying, I'm humble. I know what I could bring to a song, to the rap game. But like I said, I might pick up a cool production trick that this other guy does. You know what I'm saying? And just
Mhm.
rapping on different people's beats, I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? It's fun to me. Collabing with anybody really.
Okay. So I also wanted to ask you, are you assigned to a label or are you independent artist?
No, I'm independent. I'm
Okay.
independent right now. Yeah. I haven't had that opportunity yet. Um, I'm still, working on the building everything myself. I have songs that are just with different artists, but we're all independent. We're not necessarily tied down to no record label or anything like that.
All right. So
Yeah.
have you worked with any upcoming artists from other than your city, or have you worked with upcoming artists from Dallas or um,
Now I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that a little bit more. Usually for the longest I've always just stuck just me and just my team,
okay.
production or artist. It's always just been, me and my team. And but I don't mind. I see a lot of good artists out here. So I really, because of my, competitive nature, I really wanna, I wanna be next to the guys that they say are the best and just rap with them, you know what I'm saying, and show what I could do. So yeah, I really am looking forward to doing more features or have, get features from other artists and, put them on my tracks, things that I produce. And same thing, if anybody's looking for like a feature, you know what I'm saying, like I said, from anywhere, then yeah, and the way that I found out about a lot of good artists is through all these, like the Hustle Town performance and the battles, different guys that pop up that I didn't hear about before that I pay attention to now, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's another reason why I wanted to do those, being part of that because I wanted to put my name out there, and show that, I'm pretty serious about this and, just active with it, and put my name. Hopefully somebody new sees it that hadn't heard of me before, you know what I mean?
So how did you hear about Southern by Radio?
I think I seen, like I said, I think I actually seen one of the guys that I follow
Okay.
from, that I found out about, had like a interview with you or went to the
Okay.
actual studio with y'all. And I
Okay.
was like, man, anything that seems that serious to me, and it looks like people take time with it, with their platform or their music or anything, it just catches my attention. So I want to be part of that or be, somehow join what they're doing and, either get an interview or get a feature or whatever. So yeah, I found out through a post that somebody did that they had an interview and y'all up in Dallas, right?
Yeah, we're
Y'all's
based
main
in
studios
Dallas.
is in Dallas, based in Dallas. And I wanna branch out. I had like a couple other podcasts that I was linking up with outside of Houston, like way
Mhm.
more up in Texas.
Okay.
Um, so it's just taking time little by little. I'm getting there. But that was like another reason too, because I want to show that I'm able to push my music further than just my area, further than just Houston. You know what I mean? And Dallas, I still plan on going up in Dallas and actually being in the studio. I like that environment, the feel of being in, in a radio station or in the studio. I like that. So yeah, I still have plans on going up there,
Well,
but that's
there's
what caught my attention.
So whenever you come down here, we actually have other radio stations that we work with. We have Bump It Radio,
Hmm.
and they're located at the Old Texas Rangers Stadium in Arlington.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty nice there. And then we also have my friend Malik, which is called More Music, More Motivation. He got his own radio, and that's what it's called. So whenever you're in Dallas, just hit
All
me
right.
up, and I could
Yeah, yeah,
connect
yeah.
you with some other radio stations.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I'm gonna do that for sure. I have family up in Dallas anyway, so I can use that trip, and visit my family up there. Shout out to my cousin. Yeah, hell yeah. It's really messed up was what happened earlier in the day. Up there in Dallas. So I did want to say I did want to throw that in there. Say man, prayers to all the people that were involved in that crash, and man, my condolences to those that did lose their lives. Man, there was something really fucked up that happened up in Dallas. I know because I have family up there. I've been over there since I was a kid, and I know that over there the temperatures are actually colder than down here in Houston.
Oh,
So yeah, I know it was pretty bad. But yeah,
yeah.
I have plans on going up there and check y'all out.
Well, I did see that you have been in Dallas. I was doing some research, and I did see that it showed that I think you were here in Dallas for a concert, and you have won third place. I think I
Third
have read some.
place. Nah, not up in Dallas.
You
I
sure? I
think
read it on your. I
yeah.
clicked on your link. I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I
Cause
was
I know.
like,
I mean, I got third place in the battle. That battle
uh,
that I was talking about. But nah, that was in Dallas. That was still here.
yeah,
That
I
was
thought it said
yeah,
Dallas.
yeah,
Oh, okay. All
yeah.
right. So
Nah, nah.
I do want to inform you. I know we haven't presented yet, but it's gonna be out there soon. We are trying to do it in the summer. Well, but Southern by Radio plans to do a virtual concert as well, and we're gonna
All right.
do really big and stuff like that. Right now, we're just trying to get everything together, the sponsors, and so it's gonna be something like Hustle Town Network and something like that. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be Southern by Radio, the one that's gonna be hosting it. I know I'm gonna be interviewing artists at the virtuals and stuff like that. So we'll give out more info whenever it's presented, and if you're interested, just let us know, and
Yeah.
then we could let you know about what you gotta
All
do.
right. Hell yeah. That sounds like a plan. I'll be definitely down for that one.
Yes. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
So
You think not to cut you off, is that you think y'all kind of have an idea of like the dates? Is it gonna be like a little bit sooner or
I
like later on there throughout the year?
we were aiming to do it in March, but due to the sponsors, we were like we're just gonna I suggested that we should just do it in the summer so it gives us more time, like that we get more
Okay. Yeah.
organized. We actually get more details with it. So it's gonna be I told him July, so I know he said he's gonna get back with me and actually let me know like what date, and then I know before July we're gonna be I guess posting it and stuff like that, and like all the details, and then whoever it's gonna be in it and stuff like that.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good then. Yeah, I'll be down for that.
So
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it moving, what I'm saying? Keep working, performing, anything.
already. So I wanted to ask you, um, is there any new projects you're working on right now?
Nah, not a full project. I did have in mind putting something together, uh, a full album, named 225, and that's just based. That title is just from the highway that connects Pasadena to Houston and things like that. It's just a highway. It's 225. I'm gonna call it 225. I'm just not sure when exactly I'm gonna release it. Right now, I'm putting out singles. I'm knocking out singles. I'm putting out singles. I'm putting together videos for those singles and just doing it like that. Just because right now I feel like people won't really sit down with a full project like probably they used to. And I really there's songs that I don't want to be I don't want them to be missed. You know what I'm saying? I want people to check them out and listen to them. You know what I mean? Because I put either story or just something. I say something on a lot of my songs. Um, So I don't want them to get lost in the middle of like an album and not be heard and things like that. You know what I mean? Or be
Yeah.
heard too late, and you know what I'm saying? It just
Hmm.
I want to drop them and push them as hard as I can, putting money behind promotion, behind the video and everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm focused on right now. Just putting out singles, probably 1 to 2 singles a month. I am though putting together a album of instrumentals, a track for all my album for all my tracks uh, of nothing but beats. I'm trying to have around 10 beats, either without the hook, with the hook, and I am trying to put that together as far as the album. But other than that, nothing but singles right now. I just recently, matter of fact, yesterday I went to the studio and I am looking to drop, hopefully this weekend, a song called "Get Me High" for
Okay.
Valentine's weekend. So
Okay.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's one of the newest singles that are coming.
All right. So I know our interview is about to finish. So before we close, I wanted to know, so you can let people know that want to hear your music and stuff like that, or where can they find you in all your social medias platforms?
Yeah, yeah. Y'all can check out my website at www.bmusicentertainment.net. I have all my links up there, all my like my Facebook, my Instagram, everything, you know what I'm saying? Spotify, everything's up there. I have songs, my features, videos, all that, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on uploading more merchandise. But my Amazon account is up there. All the links are up there on my website, www.bmusicentertainment.net. Y'all check it out. Y'all fuck with me. Let's work. Anybody producing, any artist, let's work. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So do you have any shout outs that you want to give?
Yeah, just shout out to everybody, to everybody watching right now on Instagram Live. Shout out to them. Shout out to all my people, my city, Pasadena, Texas. Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to you. Thank you for having me on your
Thank you.
platform. Looking forward to seeing you out there in y'all's virtual concert, y'all's any future ventures that y'all get into. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to just work. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody supporting my music. I got love. Let's keep pushing.
Alrighty. All right. Well, thank you for having me again, and hopefully we'll work soon. And just in case you don't know, I do tags for producers, for their beats and stuff. So if you're
All right,
interested, let me know. And as
all right,
well,
that's
I
a
do
bit.
like promo videos and stuff like that. So if you need any of that, hit me up and let's see what we
All
can
right.
work out and stuff. And thank you again for having me. And bye.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me. Peace.
All right.